All right, I'm gonna full send this recording because I've tried to make this tier list many times and it has not gone well for me. So hopefully this recording does actually work. This is a tier list on the new season 11. I'm just going to try to make this as simple and easy as I possibly can, whilst giving you the information you need on who you should be picking and banning in ranked, as well as just, you know, if you want to fuck around in unranked. Oh, going over the tiers, we have the S plus tier. I'm not using the S minus, SS, shit like that. I'm only using the S plus tier, the S tier, the A plus tier, the A tier, and the B tier, and the C tier. I am not using all the extra ones. S plus is the must pick, always ban gods. These are the gods that you should be prio picking every game, no matter what. Simple as that. S tier, these are the next gods in line in terms of pick rate. These should be picked if the gods that you are trying to get picked are banned. A plus, these are the gods that go well with any team composition, no matter what you are trying to build in your team comp. They just go well with any comp you're trying to build. A tier is average picks. These gods can work in some situations, but also can struggle in most situations. B tier are the below average gods. These are the gods that really only get picked in certain situations and can struggle at times. And C tier are the gods that you should not even fucking bother playing. Let's get started. Hopefully this does not fucking crash. Starting off with Kali. I think I put Kali into... Let's see. I don't know why the fuck it did that. Where the fuck did Kali go? Where the fuck did the god go? Okay, Kali. Kali's going into not that tier. Definitely not that tier. This is not going well for me, is it? Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what's going on. Kali, where did she go? Kali, come back to me, please. All right, Kali, you are very average at the moment. I'm not going to lie. She's also not doing very great either. So I'm personally going to put Kali into... let's see. I'm going to put her in B tier. I don't think she's honestly doing very great right now. And honestly... You know what? I'm going to put her actually in C tier. She's not doing very well right now, and she could use a lot of help. Don't even bother playing her. She does not fit in the meta very well, and the builds also don't really work with her either. Anubis is also very bad. I don't recommend him. Actually, I'll boost him up a little bit just for his pure shred potential. He is very good in terms of self-peel, and he can also... just kill. It's pretty much his end goal, is just to burn someone down, and if you get a kill, that's great. Odin, I cannot emphasize enough how broken this fucking character is. He is just fucking insane. He, especially with Bobble, he has a shield that can be refreshed very fucking quickly, and he is, especially with the change in his 3, which makes his stun come quicker, he is very fucking good, and you should be prio picking him every fucking game. Ymir is probably one of the worst guardians in the game, if I'm being honest. He is not fucking good at all. That character is not good. If I can find Ymir, he will go into the C tier with Kali. This character sucks. Don't play him. He's not good. Same thing, Zeus. Again, another character. This character is fucking trash. Do not play him. I don't like Zeus. And even with the changes they made, he is still Zeus. He's not good. Ra, very good. He's very good right now. I wouldn't say he's up here, but he's definitely a good pick, and you should be playing him. Let's see, Arachne. I kind of went out of order, but that's okay. A plus. She's definitely up there. With the revert to her too, it's kind of hard to put her any higher, just because it's taking longer than it did before to stun, which means it is harder to kill. Trying to dive some of the higher tier mages, they're going to shred you. Unbats, very good fucking assassin. Honestly, I could go along saying he is up here in some situations, but I'll put him down here just because I think there are better assassins. Habois is struggling. He's going down here with Anubis. He is just honestly not doing great. Could use some buffs. Hades, same thing. He dies too quickly before he can do anything. So he is going to go down here. Kukul, best mage in the game. He is fucking broken. He has a slow cleanse, which gives him 60% movement speed almost, I think, if I'm correct. I should probably fact check myself there, but I do think it is a ridiculous amount of movement speed. It slow cleanses. He has some of the best self peel in the game. Fucking best damage in the game for a mage. His builds all revolve around the builds that are supposed to be built. All around broken character. You should be picking him every game. Bastet. This is our first S tier character. She is the most annoying assassin in the game to play. She is very fucking good, and you should be playing her if a character like Thor gets banned. And speaking of Thor, he is going into SS. He is going into the S plus tier with Odin and Kukul. He is the best jungler in the game. He has the best map presence, and he also has the best kill potential out of every jungler in this game. Automatic S plus. I've said this forever now that he is insane. Hell, not doing great. Too immobile. Doesn't really do well into most gods. Just not really doing great. Vamana, A plus. Just a great warrior. You can pick him at any time. Agni, A plus. Very solid mage. Pokes over walls. Sobek, probably one of the best guardians in the game. Artemis. This character sucks. I'll put her B tier just to be respectful. Bakasura, this is the worst assassin in the game. Probably one of the worst gods in the game. Next to Scotty. You got your 2 seconds of S plus, buddy. You're going down here. Guan Yu's doing pretty decent with these new changes. I think he's at least here. On her, same thing. Always been a solid hunter. Never mind. This is the definitive worst god in the fucking game. Cupid, you are fucking terrible, and you need to go into that tier. If I can fucking find him. Cupid, hello. Down there. You suck ass. Ares, S tier. Broken support. He does so much for the team, and he can dive backline without dying. Whilst killing them also. It's fucking broke. Freya's not doing great, but she's also not horrible. So I'll put her A tier. I think she's a respectable god. She's definitely not worse than Anubis. Matter of fact, I don't think Habois is as bad as Anubis. I'll bring Habois up and put Freya next to Habois and Ra. I don't think Habois is that bad. Loki, A plus. He is very strong. Just all around good god. He's probably the most hated god in the game, just for the pure fact that people don't know how to deal with him. Bacchus, A plus, solid support. Fenrir is not doing great. Fenrir is probably gonna be a B tier. He's not doing great, but he's definitely not the worst. Hercules, always been a strong, tanky, annoying character with great CC and damage. Can't go wrong. Xbalanque, A tier. I would put him lower. Most people would put him lower, but I think he's pretty good. Vulcan's also very good and also very annoying if you know how to play him. Neith is very average to me. Most people would put Neith in A+, but I'm personally going to put her in A just because I wouldn't pick a Neith. I wouldn't have to decide between a on her and a Neith. I would pick on her way over a Neith. Poseidon is always going to be strong because of his extremely dumb burst damage. Aphrodite is also one of the best peels for any mage in the game. Put Afro on a hunter, and that hunter is unkillable. Apollo, not doing great. I'm going to probably put Apollo in B tier. Yeah, B tier. He's not doing great. And he's definitely not doing as much as Chernobog does. If I can find Chernobog, I'll put him in the tier he needs to go into. I'm struggling to find Chernobog. There he is. Chernobog A+ tier, great hunter, global ultimate, a solid all-around hunter. Naja, great jungler. Can be built hybrid or in full damage. Either way, he does great. Iset, I'm putting into A tier purely because I don't face her enough. And I don't think she is bad. I don't think she's as bad as Anubis, so I'll put her A tier. Athena, one of the best supports in the game. And now we get to the controversy because I personally think Chronos is here. Now, most people would put Chronos down here, but I think Chronos is up here. If you build Chronos correctly, and if you play Chronos correctly, if you play him correctly and get to 30 to 40 minutes, you are going to win. If you have a competent team that knows what they're doing and you are able to run around and kill people without being caught, you are going to win on Chronos. He is absolutely busted, in my opinion. I think he's fucking great. I have no reason to see him down here. He is up here. He can do pretty much what Poseidon does and still have a second chance to get out. Like, you can pretty much reposition yourself back to where you want to be if you fuck up with Chronos. You can't do that with Poseidon. If you get caught out with Poseidon, you're dead. Simple as that. Chunga, one of the worst mages in the game, probably. She's built and played to be like an assassin, and honestly does not do great in that sense. Tyr, pretty good a warrior overall. He's actually very well right now. Jean-Qui, same thing. You can build Qui into mid, you can build Qui into carry, and you can build him into solo. All of those options work great. Mercury, same thing. Just build crit in one shot. Thanatos, probably one of the best pub stomp junglers in the game. You snowball and you win. Simple as that. Wukong, all around tanky and annoying warrior that you don't even have to worry about because you will not die on this god. AMC, probably, it's tough. I'll put him A because I don't think he's above these gods. Nuaz is definitely a plus. She just hits way too hard. And she has delay time in her ultimate to get peel from teammates. Chalk, really annoying warrior that does not die. Geb, one of the better guardians in the game. I'd put him either S or A+. I'm gonna put him S, honestly. Giannis is probably going into A plus. Yeah, he's definitely not S tier. Yeah, he's definitely A plus. I'll put him A plus. It's respectable. Let's see. Nemesis. Where did she go? Where the fuck did she go? I can't find her. There she is. Nemesis. A plus. All around solid god. Not really much to say. She can build crit. She can build power. All around, she can do great in the jungle. Scylla. I think Scylla's S tier. I'm just going to throw it there, bro. I think she's S tier. I think Scylla's just fucking dumb. I mean, 1-2 combo, one shots late game, and then you have a dash that can go through walls. Sure, it's pretty telegraphed, but if the Scylla player is playing correctly, she is broken. Uller, A plus. All around solid god. And unfortunately, yes, he does have lack of team fight potential, but his team fight also revolves around him one-shotting a mage or carry. Kumba, one of the worst supports in the game. Don't play Kumba. This character sucks. You should never, ever play Kumba unless you have to. It is that bad. Do not play Kumba. Osiris. I think Osiris is actually pretty decent. I'm going to put Osiris in A+. I think Osiris, if played right, is brutal. Rama, one of the better hunters in the game. He's really safe, really annoying, and can shred you if you try to dive him. Serket. I think Serket's weak. I'm going to be honest. I think Serket's weak. I'm going to put her down in B. I think she's really weak. Same thing with Kabrakan. I think Kabrakan is very weak. I don't see these gods picked, and they don't do good. Sylvanas, on the other hand, is a great support, great peel, overall great CC, has a great knockup, great team fight, all around solid god. Kwang, one of the better junglers in the game. He shreds, he has an execute, all around great god. Can't go wrong with a Kwang. Definitely not as he's definitely not below these gods, and these gods are nowhere close to Kwang. Nox, I think Nox is probably around B tier. I'm gonna put Nox in B tier. I don't like Nox. She's too complicated, and it's not enough payoff. Not worth it. S tier, Wheelix, great fucking assassin, and utilizes knockups very well, which most top tier gods have knockups or launches. Hou-Yi is struggling. He needs a buff or something. This god is struggling with builds, and his damage is not enough. Bellona, I don't know with Bellona, because Bellona is a tough god, because she's good, but I don't see her in an average or above average place. Medusa, this god is not doing great also. She's not doing great at all. Plosh. Plosh is something. I think he's B. He's definitely not C. He's definitely B. He can't get a build going. Like, you can either build him hybrid, which they nerfed into the ground, or you can go damage, which sucks, because why are you picking damage Plosh when you can go Kukul? Rat. Same thing as Thor. He would be higher if they didn't nerf him. They nerfed him, they brought him down. He has great global presence, some of the better explosive damage in the game. Great assassin. Same thing, Raven. Raven lacks the globalness, but he also has an immunity, which is great for an assassin. That's whole gimmick is to dive. All around solid and great assassin. Khepri. Khepri's okay. Khepri is kind of here. I don't see Khepri really being any higher than that. He just doesn't have a great team fight at all. Once it comes to team fight and late game, it struggles. You can see the struggle in Khepri. Tien's probably one of the better guardians in terms of supports and even solo lane. You're probably one of the most annoying like probably one of the most annoying dive guardians in the game. Soul struggling also. A lot of the mage ADCs are struggling. So Soul is going down here. Chiron, very average hunter. I don't see anything wrong with him. Okay, this is where it gets rough. Scotty, I'm sorry, you're going down here. Scott, they tried to buff her and change her. It just didn't do anything, and she is just not doing shit right now. Amma, very average warrior. Does well mid to late game, but you struggle early game. And honestly, her late game team fighting is not great. Raijin, same thing. Definitely not on the same level as Ra. So I'm putting him in B tier. Jingwei, one of the safest hunters in the game, hits extremely hard, but also doesn't really offer much in team fights AoE wise. Susano, one of the best assassins in the game. Great team fight, great damage, great CC, all around pretty solid. Fafnir, pretty decent support. I haven't seen him much, but when he's picked, he's pretty good. Erlong is, honestly, I'd go along and say Erlong is like probably down here. He's not really doing much. I'll put him B tier. He's not really doing shit. Terra just got buffed. She now has all 3 of her abilities at level 2. Fucking great change. That made her so much better. It's not even funny. Izanami's average as fuck. I honestly think that Iz goes A. She's not great, but she's not terrible. Camazotz, same thing. It's not his meta. When Camazotz is meta, you'll know it. You'll know it's his Camazotz meta when you see him played a lot. This god is crazy when he's meta, but at the moment, he is not doing great. Thoth, one of the best mages in the game. Just all around dumb poke. You can't even try to go on him. It's so broken. Nike, one of the better warriors in the game. She has crazy tankiness. You can dive in and not have to worry about taking much damage. And she does a lot of damage. Great warrior. Morgan, not doing hot either. I'm putting her B tier. She's not doing great. I don't see her played much. Kuzenbo, very fucking good. It's probably the most annoying hunter or guardian to try to get off of you. You cannot get a Kuzenbo off of you at all. Kern, this god's not great. Putting him B tier. He's just not doing shit right now. Ganesh, very strong, annoying support that has a great peel, great team fight, all around solid. Daji, one of the best junglers in this game. CC Minol, great beads burner, all around great burst. It's just all around solid. Cullen, great warrior, great survivability, great tankiness, good CC, good damage, all around solid. Ardio, I have not seen enough Ardio to put her any higher than A, but I'm not putting her in B because she is definitely not in this tier. Hachi, one of the best hunters in this game. And on top of Hachi, I'm going to put Marty. Just for the pure fact that Hachi and Marty are probably the 2 safest hunters in this game. And if you die on either of them, you probably suck at the game. Discord, very average mid laner. She just doesn't really do much besides her 2-1 combo, and her ult can be fairly singled out in a team fight. Serb, very good fucking solo laner and can work in support. Achilles is the staple warrior in this game. If you want to just chill and be good, you play Achilles. Baron, I think Baron is probably down in the A tier. I'm giving him A just because, you know what, actually looking at this, okay, I'm going to change some picks. I'm going to move I'm gonna move Apollo up because Apollo is too low. I think Apollo is too low, and I think Morgan's too low. I think those two characters are too low. They both offered so much in a team fight. Yeah. Pele, always been strong, always will be strong. Just all around great. Has great team fight potential, great sustain, just all around solid. Haven't seen Hera at all recently. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. King Arthur's very average at the moment, not really doing too much, but not doing too little. Merlin, one of the hardest mages in the game, but if you can play him correctly, he is fucking great. Highly recommend. At the highest level of play, a Merlin will shit on you. Jormungandr, sorry about that. Yorm is probably A, maybe B. I'll put him A just because I don't really see him, but when I see him, he is really a dominant threat. Horus. Horus is pretty decent. I'll put Horus in A tier. Horus isn't bad, but he's not great. Okay, this is where shit will get weird. Because I think Set sucks. This character sucks. His ultimate is not good. It requires you to get into basic attack range, hit an auto attack 3 times just to get a clone reset. And to make it really relevant, to get the clones enough to do the damage your one needs to do is just not worth it. You might as well just pick another god. Oleron, probably one of the worst gods in the game, if I'm being honest. This god sucks. Don't play him. Persephone, I don't see her enough, but I know she is at least here. Yamoja, one of the better supports in the game. She's great. Heimdall, one of the safest hunters in the game. The only reason he is not up here is the fact that his team fight is not great. He doesn't offer enough in team fights. And he has a very selfish ultimate, which only singles out one target. Mulan, probably one of the worst warriors in the game. I'm going to put her B tier. She's not great. Just doesn't do enough. Baba Yaga, one of the better mages in the game. Definitely not S or A, but she's definitely A+. Offers a lot in team fights. If you build her hybrid, she is unkillable and can kill you in about 2 seconds. Cthulhu, one of the better guardians in this game. Up there with Athena and Ares. If you build him in solo lane, you're going to walk at the whole team and not die and also kill them. Suki, one of the best junglers. Definitely, okay, rephrase that. A decent and great pick in jungle. CC Minol, refreshable, spammable abilities that hit really hard. Knock up immune stun, as well as a ridiculously annoying Caltrop. Great character. Donzabro, very average. Not really seeing much. Could go borderline here, but I'll leave him in A. Tiamat, fucking great. Tanky as fuck. Does so much damage and can dive and not have to worry about being killed. She is so good. Gilgamesh, very average, as well as Chalk. Where is Chalk? Did I already do Chalk? I did already do Chalk. They pretty much have the same level of team fight. It's just one is a slow field and one is a big silence. Morgan Le Fay, probably one of the more average mid laners right now. She does well into most matchups, but can struggle. Cribdus. I think Cribdus is probably one of the worst hunters next to Cupid. I think this god sucks. Besides her ult, she's terrible. Kleena, A+. Very solid. Can't go wrong with her. Atlas is probably A tier. Fits well into most comps, but also can struggle compared to most supports. Same thing with Shiva, very average solo laner, but there are better picks. Yu Huang is probably, I think Yu Huang's B tier. I don't think he's horrible. He's definitely not here, but he's not down here. So I think this is the perfect place. Lancelot. I think Lancelot is one of the better junglers in this game. He is the most slept on character in Smite. Do not sleep on this character. He can carry a game by himself. Ishtar. Not doing well. Completely fell out of the meta. Maui, A+. Very strong support. Suitor, very strong solo laner. Can't go wrong with picking him. Yishel, great mid laner. Has great self-peel, great team fight, great burst. All around good character. Charon, one of the most annoying supports in the entire fucking game. One of the best team fight ults. Great fucking silence, great damage. Just all around annoying and has great peel for his team. Mamin is probably A+. She's definitely fell in terms of tiers recently because of the nerfs. And they got rid of her knock-up immunity to her 1. But other than that, she's still the same character. Her damage is still fucking crazy good. If you play her right, you're going to fucking stomp. Whale has dropped, honestly. Whale's like down here. He's fell. He was like really good, but then I think they nerfed him. But he's just too killable now. Like if you get singled out as Whale, you're going to die. And then Newt. Personally, I think Newt is probably A tier. I won't put her in B tier just because I think these characters are not on the same level as her. But she is definitely not my favorite hunter to pick. Overall, that's my tier list. These are definitely the gods you should be playing. Do not pick these gods down here. Obviously, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And this is honestly my tier list. I'll try to update this when these new patches come out, but if not, I'll try to do it in the future.